Do you know what Gwaan?
Where you can get news about the Jamaican culture and just learn about how Jamaicans are doing, as I said, yard and abroad.
You get to learn a new Jamaican patois word or even a Jamaican phrase.
I look forward to the patois word of the day.
The patois word is pasa pasa.
Word today is taco ram.
Our word of the day is duffy.
Twang. No little twang. Not true.
I enjoy tuning in to What a
It
Gwaan.
happens every Friday at 7 p.m. So check them out. And bye from Toronto.
Dodge, Québec et la Jamaïque. Écoute What a Gwaan. Yes, What a Gwaan.
I am a big fan of What a Gwaan.
Relevant and entertaining, so keep up the good work.
Watch What a Gwaan.
Big up yourself. What a Gwaan.
What a Gwaan. Yes, What a Gwaan.
Watch What a Gwaan.
Always say I'm going to Gwaan in a yard. Check it out. 7 p.m. every Friday. Hello. It's Friday and it's another episode of What a Gwaan. And your girl from Bunga Town is back for another week. I hope you're good. Now it's the time for you to get your people to come and join in, because guess what a Gwaan National is on. I want to send a big special welcome to those listening on Fresh FM radio in London. What a Gwaan is also available as a podcast on Podbeam, Google, Amazon, iHeart, Play FM, and other major podcasting platforms. To connect with us, you can do so on our website at whatagwaan.ca. Again, welcome. It's Friday, and your girl from Bunga Town is here again. Welcome to What a Gwaan National. It's April, and we just celebrated Easter. Did anybody put any egg in any glass? If you did, share in the comment what you got. Only good things, please. So we hope you had a good Easter. Hope you celebrated. Hope you enjoyed your family and all the traditions that come with it. So this month, we want to focus on some social issues that we tackle no matter where we are. It doesn't matter if you live a foreign or you're there rock the yard, you still face these issues. So today, we're going to take on the topic of scamming. And Rochelle-Ann Thomas, the writer-director of the movie Scammed, will join us later to share some interesting story. So stick around, stay with us, because the reasoning is going to be up next. And as we are going down in the program, it's my favorite time of the entire program. It's patois time. And this is the fun part where we share a word or a phrase from my beautiful island home. And today the word is poto poto. When is the last time when you hear that one? So poto poto. So when somebody say, sometimes you cook rice, and some people, if they can't cook rice good, a plaka or a mushy, a wetty, nice and shelly. So, you say something like, Lord, I make that the rice say plaka so. So if you know it to mean something different, even if it's the same thing with me, understand it for me, make the thing engaging and drop it in the comments. So tell me what it means and also give me a sentence. Remember, we want to keep this, going. We want to make it lively, right? So on last week's show, that was on March 31st, we spoke with Ilat and Bernie, and they talked about embracing equity as a woman. That was a good session. They spoke about all these different issues that look that focuses on equity, embracing. It was suggested that we get back to the core of communication because it is felt like that was a big thing. We should be careful of eroding some cultural tenets and how we program our men to respond to the call for equity, because you can't achieve equity without the man. You need allies, right? Or accomplices, as they're saying these days. So some interesting questions were asked, including whether equity was really what society seek or if that idea was even realistic in the first place. If you missed the episode or you just want to rewatch it again because I think it was really good, we're encouraging you to give us comments and feedback, and check out the episode on Facebook or YouTube. That's where you can see the repeat. But we're also encouraging you to follow us on all of our social media platforms. So we have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have YouTube, and LinkedIn, and also on our website. So ensure you share, follow, get your people, get your friends to jump on so we can take Gwaan National to the entire world. We want it at the four corner, okay? All right, so it's time for us to go into some news. So we're going to look at what is happening here in Canada. So in Montreal, join the Jamaican Association of Montreal this Saturday, which is tomorrow, for their Dutchpot Presidential Brunch. It goes from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Jamaican Association of Montreal. And the address for that is 4065 Jean Talon West. Go out and enjoy a delicious buffet under the banyan tree. You see food are cooking at Dutchie under banyan tree. Please go out and support. In Toronto, the 41st annual Walk Good Walkathon, hosted by the Jamaican Canadian Association, will be held on May 7th, 2023. The event will be both virtual and in person. Get your team ready and register today at www.jcaontario.org. Stay healthy, walk good. Now, just a little bit of news from Yard. So steady progress is being made on the St. Thomas Road work. That is very good news at this point. Many of us who have plied that road from Kingston into St. Thomas, you know how bad that road is. So speaking Thursday during the tour of the parish, the Prime Minister says work on that stretch of the road between Arborview in St. Andrew and Albion in St. Thomas is on track for completion by August. Prime Minister Holness says long-suffering residents of communities between the Morant Bay roundabout and the Princess Margaret Hospital can expect paving of that stretch of roadway to be completed within the next few months. I know my friends will be very happy for this. In continuing, the Center for Intellectual Excellence presents the World Diversity in Leadership Conference 2023. And this is happening from June 20 to 23 at the Nisku Conference Center near Edmonton, Alberta. Speakers including Margaret Trudeau, Minjat Minhas, and Dr. Denise Green, and many great panelists will focus on the themes of climate change and mental health. To register and get more information, go to their website at www.wodil.ca or call 780-229-0759. All right. Now, my other favorite part of the show, I'm entitled to more than one favorite parts, is Time to Reason. And this will be happening with none other than the big man himself, Donovan Simon. So stay tuned because now it is time to hold a little reason.
What's up, Miss Nicole?
There, another Friday, another Gwaan.
So I go. All is
Yeah,
good. All is good.
all is well, all is well. I am really looking forward to this topic because,
Well, you have to be careful, though. Like, we're not going to be teaching people scamming. Or,
okay then.
no,
Also, not this session.
it's not a skill development
Oh,
session.
gotcha.
So we're going to we're going to address some of the issues
Oh,
that,
gotcha.
that we have faced,
All
right?
right. Me still stay tuned though, but
So yeah, so if you can,
me stay tuned.
appreciate that piece of it, then that's what it's going to be about.
All right.
All right, so we talked a little bit and
Yeah, man. All right.
we'll get your feedback on some of the things. Who knows? Let's see if you have experienced or done any of these things.
Very good.
All right, well, let's get it going.
All right, cool. Have a good reason.
Come on. Come to another Time to Reason here on Gwaan National. And today we're going to be talking about scamming. Lots of Jamaicans and people who here in Canada, in the United States as well, hear about scamming. And who better to talk to us about this than the writer and director of the movie Scammed, Rochelle-Ann Thomas, who is out of Mandeville, Jamaica. She also runs a production company called CSD Media. But by doing the movie Scammed, she has made herself an expert. So I'm happy to invite Rochelle here to join us as we reason here on Gwaan. Hey, Rochelle, how are you?
Hi, Donovan. I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Well, I have made you out to be an expert on scamming.
Well, you know what? I'll take it. I've been in a particular network where it took place. So yeah, I'll take it.
All right. But you're here with us because you're the writer of the movie Scammed. And we soon get. But let's talk about your, because it is inspired by your experience. What talk to us through the whole scamming experience that you had?
Oh Lord. So I've been scammed. Well, our first experience, we were back home. My husband and I, we had just started our company, our media company in Jamaica, and we were sent to buy a camera. And those were the days when Amazon started selling things out. And we were saving over 100 and something thousand Jamaican dollars. And my husband saw a camera on Amazon and he was like, yes, he did the review, he read the reviews and all of that, and everything was good. And they wanted payment through Western Union. Like, I never thought of that as a big deal because I paid for my wedding dress through Western Union in a foreign country. So I thought, it was okay. And by the time we paid and got home, and we're trying to contact that person, after we sent the confirmation and everything, we realized that we weren't going to hear back from them. And just like that, all our money was
like that.
Yeah.
And then you moved.
Yes, you come to foreign and you think everybody, legit. Like once you see people in a particular capacity, you assume that. And our second scamming experience was with a lawyer who was supposed to help us get our papers sorted out. We maxed out our brand new credit card from the bank, and it just went into thin areas.
Yeah. Talk to us a little bit about the feelings. Like, what happens when you go through that experience?
I would describe it as it's a deep feeling of loss. The initial moment, it feels like that moment when you get news that someone died, that initial feeling of emptiness and loss, especially when to you it's a significant amount of money. And so it's we've been saving, that's all of our wedding money that we've accumulated from shooting weddings over a period of time. That first scamming experience, that was all our money that we've been saving, over about a year or so of weddings that we've done and stuff like that. And it's death because the money's gone, like it's just disappear, and you have it no trace, no way of, you can't report it to anybody. We tried and nothing happened. It's gone. Like that's the hardest thing about being scammed. Like nobody can help you. They can't help you. You can't call the police. Just what do you call it?
Statistics.
Yeah, that's the only purpose of reporting and to help build awareness. But
and we'll talk about the awareness in a little bit, because one of the things I'm curious about here is, would you have anticipated that having moved to a developed country?
What I knew, that not everywhere is everybody's honest. But I thought there would be ways to capture scammers. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I thought that part, I thought that there was a way for them to track and use your information and capture. Yeah. Because I've heard of, back home, you heard news of the lot of scammers they getting caught. Yeah. But here I never hear of any scammer being arrested.
And that's interesting. So you've gone through these experiences, you felt this loss, and that led you into creativity. So let's talk a little bit about the movie Scammed. You wrote it, you directed your first big project on film. Share with us a little bit about Scammed.
So what really pushed me to get to writing is I saw a news report of an international student who got scammed, and my heart broke for her because she was destroyed. She was watching her interview took me to where I was a few years before, and that's what pushed me to start writing. And I wrote it in sort of a way with very strong emotions, with vengeance against the system. Like, I knew there's no, particular, happy ending for her unless to getting her money back. But I wanted to create a story which would take viewers through different scams, to build, so they can hear the dialogue, see the stories, and how, just little things for you to look out for. Because you watch the movie and I cover 6 different scams.
Yeah, let's talk about those.
So I got a review that they would have loved to see this story end at her living happily ever after. They didn't like the fact that she became a criminal. But the reason behind that is I wanted to take the viewers through the journey of scamming. It would have just, for me, it would not have given the same purpose by just ending it right after she gets scammed, and she get help, and she get a scholarship and live happily ever after. You know what I mean?
Life is real, not true. Yeah, because we have to deal with the realities. One of the things in the movie, though, was the different types of scams. So let's jump into that. Because, one of them I remember was mommy at home, or mommy call, and, well, that is scamming our childship.
Listen, I have heard stories of persons who live overseas and family members call them and say, Johnny in the hospital, send me money. And by the next week, Johnny out of the hospital, but Johnny need new shoes.
Yeah.
Johnny need this, Johnny need that. And remember, it's difficult for persons up here. I've heard of persons going into debt, borrowing against their credit line because of emergencies back home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that we have genuine cases, yes, but there are some persons who manipulate the system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Manipulate the individuals because they have a good heart.
Yeah. There was another one about seniors. They have been targets over and over.
Yeah, and that's why I said there's a scam for every different type of personality, because the seniors, their hearts break very easily. Right now there is a 62-year-old woman in a Hong Kong jail because of a scam. She was scammed to go overseas, and when she was coming back, they gave her fancy clothes, not knowing that there was cocaine in the clothes. You know what I mean? Yes, and she's going to spend the rest of her life in a Hong Kong jail instead of enjoying retirement. Yeah. So it's, they have very soft hearts.
Yeah.
Especially when there's a sad story and stuff like that.
The tendency, Rochelle, sometimes is to think that those who are victims of scams are just greedy. They're wanting to get what they never put down. And then they become caught up with the possibilities. Are there different sides to the victims' stories?
For the majority, listen, especially when it comes to like the pyramid schemes. Listen, I got caught up during COVID, right? There was the one going around, you bring 5 of your family and friends. It was in the movie. I got caught up. Listen, I got caught, a couple of my friends and we got caught up in that, right? We lost money in that too. But it wasn't out of greed. It was during COVID and everybody wanted, the way it was sold to you, the story, it's like an investment, right? So, you invest into this thing and you reap from it as time goes by. You invest your $500, you invest your people, and you get some money down the road. Right. So in my head, and a lot of people's head when it comes to stuff like that, is I can make my life better. Right. I can pay off credit cards. You know what I mean? You don't look at it as get rich quick. I didn't say this get rich quick. You know what I mean? You invest your time, your money, and you reap something to help you, to help your family. And it's the same thing with a lot of scams, right?
Yeah.
Some of them genuinely, we're thinking of helping their family, this, that, paying off house.
That's true. Granted, though, I'll go on the record here. The lotto scam I find kind of odd because I'm always curious as to how you expect to win something you never bought. You never buy a ticket, and here is somebody who calls you to tell you that you win. And in my mind, the first question should be, like, how did that happen? Because I never bought anything. and then, hold on. Why you not take the money that you're saying that I win? Take yours out. I did, in fact, take twice as much.
I know. And listen, and that is why they only target a certain types of people.
Yeah.
They have access to the different contact numbers for seniors based on their social and stuff like that. So you and I are not going to get some of those phone calls.
Yeah.
We'll get the ones about Canada revenue, you know.
Yeah, I get those.
We'll get the other ones and about your SIN number is in trouble. You know what I mean? Your debit card has been used. We'll get those.
Yeah.
But they know exactly who they probably have a list with our age and stuff like that. It's a huge industry. It's a huge network that runs deep.
Yeah, talk to us about that and the research that then got into, or you had to put in to get Scam going, because it's $1 trillion, if you want to call it an industry.
It is, and I got deep into seeing how these and a lot of them were in India, right? A lot of the bases, interesting enough. And they have regular call centers. Now remember, call centers are outsourced by the different phone companies, this company, you know what I mean? By the different companies, they're outsourced. So they already have the whole list of people and names and numbers that they can call. And in those same buildings, they have like a separate room for the people who call the victims. And that's all they do all day. They call the victims. And listen, and the way they're able to manipulate some of them are able to change their accent. You know, they know things about the credit cards. Like, so I'd accept random phone calls, right? Just to go along with it, to feel the emotions, to hear the dialogue so I could, replicate the dialogues. And one of the time they were telling me something about my credit card. So I said, I started with 56. They said your CIBC credit card. So I started with, like I said, 4 or 5. And they're like, no. That's not a CIBC credit card. That's a Scotia credit card. A Scotia Visa specific. Yeah. So well, they know.
Well, I figure they study it, right?
Yes. And they don't live here. So they sit and study these things.
Well, I suppose if you're going to rob somebody, you might as well plan it properly.
They know, and you can't con them. It better you just get off the phone call.
And yeah, I'll get to that in a bit about, so how do we protect ourselves? How do we manage through it? But I want to talk about making the film. What were some of the biggest challenges for you with making the movie Scammed?
Finances. Like, so we were funded by TELUS, Story Hive, and we know that movies cost millions of dollars, right? It is a $20,000 budget, but you don't want it to look $20,000. You want it to look $1 million, right? So we did put some of our own money in there just to give it that extra, you know what I mean? Some extra things that we needed. And time was another challenge, right? I wanted it to take 3 weeks, between 2 to 3 weeks, right? Because if it goes over, that's extra money for cast, extra money for crew, extra money for food, food all day and stuff like that. So it was a challenge. And sometimes I found myself rushing, but my cinematographer and partner, he pushes back when I try to rush him. Yeah. Remember, I still have to come home with that guy, right? At the end of the day. So, that was another challenge, trying to get through the day and not waste any time. And at the same time, allow the actors to just be their best selves.
Right.
Another challenge is shooting in Jamaica, right? Like, trying to navigate the schedule of the Jamaican crew.
Yeah.
And we sent stuff to Jamaica, had issues at immigration. Oh, all of that. It
Yeah.
was a lot of stuff. Like scam 2 is going to be Jamaica, by the way, and now that we have the knowledge of what's
Right. Yeah.
involved, we know.
Well. No. At least you have some practice in terms of, how to make the thing work, and also how to build out the product. So let's get back into the story, though. Right. The story continues. What are some of the things that people outside might not appreciate about being a victim of a scam?
People think is stupid people get scammed. That's the first thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, really? You really let somebody scam you?
Mm-hmm.
Share idiot. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Share idiot. And I did feel dumb when I got scammed. You know what I mean? I did feel like, seriously, what were you thinking? But listen, there is a scam for everybody, as I said before. And give people grace or empathy when they get scammed, because it's out of their experience where they're able to share and build more awareness. You understand? Like, anybody can get scammed. Even you can get scammed. You stay there. You understand what I mean? Everybody. It's just that the scam that will scam you,
Yeah.
you probably don't get that call yet.
All right, hear me. I can't the Jamaican youth with a foreign accent.
No, that one won't catch you. You pick it up quick.
Yeah, that one not gonna catch me. Nor it's going to be the guy with the Indian accent who tell me that something wrong with my computer, and him I go fix it from wherever he is. Those two are not going to get me.
No, the one who may catch you is the pretty girl. It's a pretty girl with a sweet voice and a pretty picture. Like,
me a old man. We past that stage now.
Oh, Donovan, I'm in trouble. Send me some money.
Oh, that has we pass that stage. You know the ones you meet on Instagram, all of a sudden them desperate. That not gonna happen to me. Right? But on a serious note, what are some of the messages that you wanted to get across to people? Not just the experience of being scammed, but some key messages that you wanted people to take away from Scammed 1 and when Scam 2 comes out.
Pay attention to the dialogue. That's key.
Mm-hmm.
You see, once, because now, but persons who are new in the country, right? And you get on the phone and someone starts telling you that you're going to be arrested if you don't pay right away.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let anybody rush you into giving away your hard-earned money. Don't. That's where the scammers win. When they rush through the conversation, they stay on the phone with you and just try to rush through. Anything that sounds too good may not be true. Especially where money is concerned. If you didn't work for it, it's not yours. You know what I mean? Yeah. And stay away from Zoom meetings. That's how they catch you. Send you a Zoom link. Listen, don't let anybody, and the words opportunity. When somebody says, "Oh, I have an opportunity for you," just check out this Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go into these meetings already with a mind that it's possibly a scam, especially where money is concerned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, the part of it, Rochelle, is there is struggle, because some people think foreign is all roses and green trees with money hanging off it, right? And there is this tendency to feel like my time has come and I'm going to win the lottery, right? So this opportunity is the godsend that you really never prayed for, you never worked for, but who knows, maybe it's my time right? So is there that message in there as well of pause, right? Take your time, go through the process. And for the people who watching, this program, especially the ones from Jamaica who have never been overseas, foreign in many cases is not as is made out to be, right?
You're right.
The green
Not a
trees
bit of
here are
roses.
just like green trees in Jamaica. They don't grow money on them,
It's not a
right?
bed of roses.
Right. So people have to get that message. And then I think the other side is on the digital side, because there's a lot of scams that have taken the digital path as well, right? The emails you talk about, the Zoom links and other things, right? So we have to get that message across. Let's talk about scam 2 and where you want to take the story, and what can people look to you for based on all this knowledge and experience that you have gathered.
Well, without giving away the ending of the movie, it's in Scam 2, we want to explore some of the scams that take place in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
And funny enough, when I started thinking about Scam 2, we had like a whole heap of scam going on near the end of the year. And I was like, whoa, what is this?
Yeah.
So somebody was tagging me and I was like, Rochelle, this is your move. This is your next movie.
You like the cheap flight scams?
The bank ones, man.
Oh, those ones. Okay.
Yeah, like four banks got scammed by employees?
Well, yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
sure if we
later
call
on.
it.
Yeah,
there's a little
so
bit of fraud going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of them going on.
Hold on. We want to go to that. But this whole issue of scamming is not new,
No.
Let's, in fact, if we look at Jamaican folklore, there's a very prominent figure in Jamaican folklore called Anansi.
Anansi, yes. The original scammer.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think it's important for people to understand that all that has happened is technology and access has amplified many of the things that have been going on for years. I'm sure many people who are watching Gwaan used to throw a partner and never get them draw.
Yes, that's another scam. My word,
right?
There's a lot of them out there, but you
or what the other one, like when you were in the youth club and everybody get the can for collect money. And there were some that came back and the mouth of that can was very busy with the knife. Because, somehow things got, went in and came out. So let's not give the impression that this is a new concept.
It's
a
not
new
new.
phenomenon.
It's not.
Right?
It's not. It's just, and it's more money. I think what happens to it's more money on the table. It's millions now. It's not like one like $1,000 or one like 10,000 Jamaican dollars. It's millions now.
Yeah. We're watching the clock and we're almost done here. The sense of security that people are looking for in order to avoid scams but also not to miss opportunity. How do you find balance?
Research. That's the next thing too.
Yeah.
Because when you research, you'll see it. You'll get every information there. There was one thing that I was gonna go into because I don't know. I probably have a personality why people are always sending me these Zoom links for opportunities. Always. And I was gonna go into one time, and I just typed in the name, and some link came up on investigations that were done in that company in the past.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So just do your research. Like all the information is out there. The family and friends one. If you do the research, you're gonna see that people have gone to jail for that one in the States. You know what I mean? Like, just do your research. and nothing comes that easy. And the thing too, it's the don't let anybody intimidate you. The intimidation, the urgency, all of them come with a sense of urgency. That's what I've observed.
Sure.
Has to be today, has to be now. This week. Don't no delay. Don't wait till tomorrow. The opportunity is gonna pass. You're gonna be arrested. They all come with a level of urgency.
Yeah. So people, listen. Do your research. Pause. Don't be in a hurry to collect what you never planned.
Hang up the phone.
Unless you want entertainment, because some of them are quite entertaining, right? And if you annoy them and them hang up, maybe it's a good sign as well, because sometimes they get that you are not the prime target, right?
Yeah.
Let's wrap up here by looking at, for those who are in Canada, where can we find Scam, and even anybody internationally, where can Scammed One be found?
So if you type in on YouTube, it's on YouTube now, Story Hive Scammed. I don't know if you can write that on your chat or on your screen somewhere. But you can go into YouTube and type Story Hive Scammed. Story Hive, they are the sponsors, and then Scammed.
Okay. All right, there we go. Let me see if I can get that in there for you.
Thank you.
All right, there we go. Story Hive Scammed.
Yeah.
And so that's on YouTube. And wasn't it running on TELUS?
It's still on TELUS. It's on local cable. TELUS Optic TV channel 707.
All right. 707. Here we go. So folks, if you are on YouTube, look for Story Hive Scammed, or if you are where TELUS provides you with Optic TV, it's on channel 707. I've had a chance of watching it. Absolutely delightful, funny, not like watching a movie with some Jamaican accent and some Jamaicans in it, folks.
And you were at the premiere.
I was there. Absolute pleasure. Just enjoying the Jamaican experience and the Jamaican perspective to it. And Scam 2 comes out when? Give us a sneak, just a sneak, Is 2023?
Which year? It's not 2023, because we're still distributing Scammed One.
Scammed One. All right.
Yeah, we're still working on different streaming platforms.
Okay.
So we want to see how far we can take Scammed One, and to build it on a level where we can access funding for Scam 2. That's the next step.
All right, awesome. Well, we've learned a bit about the scams. We've learned a bit about the movie. It was an absolute pleasure, Rochelle, having you here on A Time to Reason on What a Gwaan. All the best as you continue to do what you do in your career.
Thank you so much. And thank you. I love watching What a Gwaan. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
All right, sounds good. Well, there you go, folks. Rochelle-Ann Thomas, the writer-director for Scammed the Movie. Check it out on TELUS at channel 707, or find it on YouTube, Story Hive Scammed. Again, that's sponsored by TELUS. As always, thanks for watching. See you next week. This has been a great discussion. David, thanks for taking the time. All right. You are on mute.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm saying that was a good discussion. That
What
was
did you learn not to do?
well, don't, don't go to the Zoom link. And it's not only the Zoom link too. They have now where they use like um Canada Post or FedEx or those ones. Do not
Mhm.
open them. Or some where they send you a thing and say, "Oh, you've received an Interact transfer for $65 to blah blah blah."
Yeah,
Oh,
it come in many forms. There are some that you get that, what do I say now? Like they tell you that your account has been compromised and you should fix it, right? So of course you think that you should quickly click the link and give them your password and your name and your phone number,
yep.
right? There's also some that come that tell you're a beneficiary. Some rich man died and he has
Mm-hmm.
left £100,000 for you,
Yep.
right? The part I have never understood is if you have to pay for the thing, why them don't just take the money and
Take your
send it
damn
to
money. That's the part where it's a good thing. Is a person when I like lose money. So the moment somebody mentioned the part, that is where I'm going to get very tricky. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, if you have the money, why am I need to pay you?
Yeah,
Because
like if you have the money already, just change it and take yours.
oh my god, we
Right?
probably shouldn't be laughing, but it's hella funny.
Right. There was one, I know there was one recently I heard about cheap airline tickets,
Oh,
and people were offering you. So, everybody knows that post-COVID airline tickets, the prices have gone up, along with general inflation.
right.
And here comes somebody who can offer you a cheap ticket
Hello.
to go to where you're going. And I'm like,
The one,
unless somebody's
the
taking
one
you
that
like on a boat, no, sir.
no, not the one that probably catch me, especially if they must a cheap ticket figure Jamaica. Eh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that was one that came out in recent times, right?
Oh,
Yeah. There's so many different ones,
yeah.
and the one that I know has been going on for a while is that guy who calls from Microsoft or wherever telling you that there is something critically wrong with the computer you are using at your home, and they're going to help you to fix it, right? And they're going to tell you to turn it on and log on and do a few things, and
Yeah, that
and
one catch me when I just moved here. I was using my laptop and something happened to it and the thing came up
yeah,
and like I pressed it because I was trying to come out and then this
it can
person said they're trying to do all this thing. When I took it to the Best Buy place again, he was like, "Oh,
virus. Oh yeah,
given access to all your
malware
things."
and take all your information. Next thing you know, you are no longer Jamaican.
And
Change,
me
change,
art to manage that one day, you know.
change your nationality. So things happen, and hopefully people learned a little from this episode of A Time to Reason, and
Yes,
we'll keep trying to making it educational, so
I
that
like, I
even
like
though we have a lot of fun, people can learn something from it.
definitely, definitely.
All right, we'll go back out and make it do your thing. All right.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, next week. All right, folks. I hope you all were listening and you learned something. And again, check out the movie. It's on TELUS, your local cable station here in Canada at channel 707, or on YouTube. Just put in Story Hive Scammed and check it out. Give her, let it get a lot of views so she can, get it publicized and make some dough from it. Support the thing. All right. So for the patois word, I'm not sure if anyone has responded, but poto poto. No one has, if anyone has said anything. If you haven't, well, put this one, another one in your book of patois words, but poto poto. So when you make something and it mushy or safi or plaka plaka, as Jamaican says, plaka plaka. So when you see it, you say poto poto. That's what it means, mushy. So again, remember to keep it active. If you're here, join us in the chat, man. Keep me going, keep me entertained. Let me know what is happening. Join us, in making the thing interactive. All right. So Potter Potter was the word of the day this week. For next week's show, we are going to be talking about informer culture. Well, informer culture, how this has affected our society. Because, and even I use the thing, snitches get stitches, how terminologies like that, how we use those, and how are things like that affecting our culture, especially when as it relates to crime fighting. So we'll be tackling this social issue, and we're going to be talking to former Lasco Cop of the Year, poet and social commentator Joseph Edwards. He will join us to explore how the idea of being an informer and the subsequent actions have affected our society. You definitely don't want to miss this one, so join us next week, Friday, same time, 7 p.m. MST time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Jamaica time is 8 p.m. All right? So remember also, you can now share your message on Watagwan National while we share our stories and experiences. Advertise with us as we continue to grow. Contact us via watagwan.ca or any of our social media handles, which is Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. All right. You can also connect with us via email at watagwancnd.gmail.com. Sorry. So again, and imploring you folks to please, please, please like, subscribe, follow all our channels, our social media handles, and share it with your friends so that they too can also become a part of the Watagwan National family. Just check out our website, send us your email, send us your contact. We look forward to hearing from you. And as we come to the end of another fabulous week of Watagwan National, it's your girl from Bongo Town saying, walk good.